Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it. Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Welcome back to another edition of In the Newsroom, the program that is described as the laboratory for news production. That is the arena where we extray what happens from logistic and scientific angle in terms of what goes somewhere or what goes some particular place. Then today is going to be very, very feminine in nature. That is our topic. We are going to be looking into what is operating in the society socially. That is where moving on. We are going to look at it from the feminine angle as well as the masculine, because whatever that appeal to the feminine gender, then the masculine must be part of the front. And today we have a number of issues, but because of time we cannot go much. Today we want to look into young girls and Olosho phenomenon. When you are talking about Olosho, it's a Yoruba language, and it's a term. Yes, it is a term, not really Yoruba. It is a slang. Let's call it a slang, referring to some people that are making their money from unscrupulous source, that is by using the illegal aspect of their body to make money. Some of them will be saying that they use what they have to fend what they don't have from illegal means. Even Nigerian Constitution doesn't support it. Moral doesn't support it. Then is it happening in a society? That is why it is new say. Whether we like it or not, it happens. Then we want to look at it. Then who are the people, the characters are two. That is, the feminine and the masculine are involved. Even I can tell you that there are lots of rich men in this circulation. There are some people, not all those who are doing it. They call it what? They call it struggle or strive, whatever good name they give to it. Socially, culturally, it is out of tune. Then we are having the journalists who are going to be doing justice. Yes, they have gone far near to look into what happens in the finance of these socio-cultural menace. It's Mr. Sunday Adedina. How are you, sir?
Good evening, and to our viewers at home, I say good evening to you all.
Thank you. We are going to have Babatunde Fanawoko very soon on this particular show. Let us now look at it, the coinage of the word. We say that it's a slang to say Olosho. Olosho, that is it's a Yoruba slang. But then, how did it come from the finance of language?
Well, that issue, traditionally, there are people we refer to as making their money. Do we say necessarily making money? They are the people using what they have to get what they want in an uncultured manner. You know, it is something that could be said that is morally wrong. It's not culturally acceptable. They are the kind of people we call ashewo,
prostitutes.
That is prostitutes. But modern days, you know, there are so many changes that happens to things, just like a human being. Some people call it wrong girls.
Wrong girls.
Some people call it Ulushu. There are differences in between them. But the fact remains that certain things are responsible. One of which I could say poverty. And not necessarily poverty. Some may get into it probably as a result of friendship. Oh, this one is doing it, let me do it as well. It's not that it's common among young girls. It's common among girls. People say, oh, my friend is doing it and is getting away with it. Let me follow suit. Those are the kind of people you see in club houses. They come there mainly to associate. And when you negotiate with them, probably just for a night, you are done with them. Tomorrow, that person will come. Those are the kind of girls referring to, which are referred to as Ulushu. But in another parlance, some people refer to them as wrong girls. Wrong girls in the sense that they use their body quickly to get what they want, just for a person, probably per day. But the worst of them is those who are confined to a particular place. Just negotiate them probably for a night or a short time. And all these acts are morally wrong. Not an accepted norm in our society or in our culture. So, factors responsible, as I've said, poverty or
indiscipline.
Indiscipline is part of it. Indiscipline, it could be not necessarily indiscipline, but peer group influence. Oh, I might not be necessarily poor, but oh, this one is using this bag, but I cannot afford it. And he must have told me the way he acquired the bag. So I want to say, oh, saying is fine. Let me join my friend in the acts which wherein is getting this. So that is where it comes. But in another way, it's poverty.
And when we look at the issues that happened a few years ago in University, sex for mark syndrome that happened on the day. Even one also happened recently on social media, whereby a female student in the university continued failing for some years before she realized that there was a way. Some girls settled themselves in doing this thing. At the end of the day, the lecturer was called. Then when you look at it, sex for marks is a level that is in association to this Olusho way. They are using it to gain mark. Then what is your comment about?
Well,
in schools?
Well, just like I have said, it takes two to tango. One, for sex for marks, you can't see a serious student allowing that. A serious, anybody, it may be an advancement from lecturers who is interested in a girl. If that girl is a serious type that will not want that kind of a thing, that is when those lecturers are caught. But a girl that wants to use whatever he has to look at this type of girls now. they are the one approach. They are the one with their art making advances to men. But in a sense, but it's quite different from sex for Marx. Sex for Marx might be part of it, simply because she wants to use what she has to get what she wants. Probably, you know, in this country we worship certificate a lot. He needs the certificate probably to upgrade herself where he or she was, or probably she wants to pass out with and exceedingly good grade. So she might go for that. That is sex for Marx. The lecturer who is an indisciplined man, who is not cultured, who doesn't have the fear of God, will want to use it as a bait to upgrade our students. But where lecturers are caught are situations whereby those girls are not really interested in what is likely to happen. But because that lecturer has what I can say, the life of that girl, you may want to fail her. That is where you can see that is where you can see a situation whereby lecturers are caught, because it is the lecturer that wants to punish that girl for unjust cause, and it's wickedness. If you have to know, if I may want to describe it properly, it's wickedness. It's quite different from an unserious girl who wants to use what she has to get what she wants. That is quite different. But a girl that make advances to lecturers, and before doing that, she will have made the lecturer know, this is what I need. How can you assist me? And a lecturer that doesn't have a fear of God will see it as an advantage. And whenever he must have satisfied with that one, we want to take advantage of some other guests. And in taking advantage in trying to take advantage of a serious girl, that is where those lecturers meet their water. So in essence,
okay, let us look at this. You have seen that you have observed what happened on campuses. Then let's look at what happened in some offices too. Some people also, yes, some ladies also, they do that thing not to get money but to get posts.
To get promotion, yes, it's possible. It's possible, well, especially bosses that do this. What happens in the university is exactly the same thing with what happens in offices. And a girl doesn't have the fear of God. A wicked boss use that advantage to upgrade a less performing officer above a performing officer. And the way they will do it will be very, how do I describe it? The way they will do it, nobody will understand.
You find faults for those who are performing but disciplined.
It might not necessarily be a kind of finding fault.
Wow.
You know, just like they appraise them at the university or college of education level through the academic record, so also in services there is a place where they appraise officers. You know, by the time an officer is appraised above another officer, it is just one mark. If any opportunity that is open up for filling of vacancies, okay, you scored 5, another person scores 6. Who is going to be? Who is going to be? Who is going to fill in that vacancy? So that is where that kind of a thing comes. So, as far as I'm concerned, it is wickedness in nature. Somebody doesn't have the fear of God. Somebody. I don't know. I mean, how I can.
Can't we say that the bosses too, they are human beings. They have flesh, they have blood running. The fact that they have blood running their body does not make them. It's not the right thing. For God's sake, it's not the right thing. But the way some of them describe it, they need to satisfy their social urge. And this one also needs, if you want to offer.
You can use another way to satisfy whatever you want to satisfy. Some ladies make advances to their bosses, but a disciplined boss, a boss that has the fear of God, a boss that does not want to take advantage, unnecessary advantage, will not do that. Even if he wants to do it, even if he does it and he actually knows that that girl was the one that made advances, he will judge that girl according to her performance. That is when the girl will know, oh, what I have done. That is when the girl will eventually regret. Because is it possible you say it out to people, oh, God did this to me, did this to me, but he did not meet my expectations. What are your expectations? What are your expectations? You can
let's look at something that can
that can be relayed to another person.
A former governor of this state sometimes said that when election was approaching, that women and girls should dress gorgeously to the election during the election period, election day. That when the arrival see them, the way they dress, the type of clothes they wear, they are going to be turned on. Then can we say that the way people dress also determines what people?
No, it depends on dressing. Look at the video that was shown to us. That is a kind of dress. If I put on dress gorgeously, if a lady put on dress gorgeously, cover necessary parts of your body, you look nice, does not mean that it's not just anybody that make advances to you that you have to answer. So dressing, gorgeous dressing in the right manner, that is Christ-like as a Christian, and that is Islamic as a Muslim. You know, as a Muslim, ladies are expected to dress, cover every coverable, except those who who use a hooded something with veils. So you can, what is going to attract you in those ones, because it is that naked aspect that attracts people. Well, likewise, a Christian who puts on normal dress, every coverable, our body is covered, then what are the things? Though for somebody who is do I say greedy,
can still go ahead.
will still go ahead. But the way you present yourself
Is the way
is
people,
the way people
recognize.
will
But
have to
look
address.
at it now. Socially, some people believe that married women are supposed to cover every part of the body.
Not only
While
married,
girls,
not only married
say that the
women,
dressing
even
of
girls.
girls should be different from that of the married women. Dressing. So that when you see somebody dressing, somebody showing the body structure,
So the fact that a woman, are you telling me that the fact that a woman has a girl who is in a family way can dress just anyhow or put on any dress?
Married women should cover every part of the body.
Like,
Why girls who are yet to be married?
Can't you see Muslim girls using veils? That does not mean she
Some
can.
people believe that that one cannot let them have a husband at the right time.
It's that is the thinking. That is
Erroneous?
a shallow thinking. That is a shallow thinking.
That when you cover every part, how can men appreciate your body?
What kind of appreciation? That is the kind of things that leads to probably bronze girls, Olosho or Ashewo. So the fact that you are a single, you are a girl, does not mean that you should leave most of the part of your body open. That is the way you dress, is the way people will address you. So somebody who is highly trained, somebody who is cultured, somebody who has the fear of God are those ones that will have to come to you, seeing you dress seeing you dress in God's manner, in godly manner. But this kind of people, it's only those who behave like they have behaved that will have to approach them.
But we have had some situations whereby good people sometimes take them as wife and reform them.
Well, what is the percentage of those ones?
Very low.
Very low.
But it happens.
It's only those who use them for sexual satisfaction that normally goes to them. But if you see those who got married through that aspect, they must have had certain interpersonal communications that surely it is poverty that pushes this girl to this act. And if he talks to her and if she agrees to change her ways of life, that girl, that man can reform her. But what is the percentage of those who have been reformed in that manner?
Okay, if you happen to be a legislator, possibly in the state and the federal, will you make any law? Because I can see that you are condemning these particular types of addressing. Will you make law?
Look,
against this?
It is highly essential to make laws, and apart from that, government has a lot of responsibility in those respect. Majorly, it is poverty that is pushing many people to do that kind of. The percentage of those
who are willingly doing it,
who are doing it willingly, the percentage of those,
because we have some daughters of rich men among them.
Rich men, their
influential people among them, politicians among
those
them.
are the ones I classified as imitating or probably lured into it
foolishly.
Not foolishly. Through what I may call
peer
group influence. But apart from those who are lured into it through peer group influence, there are some who, by virtue of the fact that they want to behave or dress like children of rich men, that is another category. But there are some who ventured into it probably to get what to get what they want, and as soon as they meet up with their expectations, some of them may leave.
Okay, what would be your advice to the government on this?
Those are the kind of people that are got married through that aspect. Now, to government has a lot of things to do. One, make life habitable to people. I have had a case, or probably I watched it through a video of a girl whose mother was sick and needed to buy drugs. She goes to this, she goes to, even a wife whose husband is on sick bed, approach somebody for assistance, and the person will want to take that advantage. You know, if our hospitals are efficiently and properly managed by government, probably free health care, free education, making houses available for people, of course, things of that nature, though it happens in advanced countries too, but it will be, the percentage of those that will participate in it will be minimal.
Your advice to the parents and the society at large?
Well, to the parents, they have to train their girls, their kids in godly manner, right from childhood. Let them have a fear of God. They should not imitate anybody. They should not say, oh, my friend is using a very fine shoe. But once your parent cannot afford it, let them be have content. Let them be contented with whatever their parents gives them. That is why with that, wherever they go, they will have to behave within their means.
Thank you very much, because we don't have much time.
Whatever they want to do within their means, within what their parents must have given.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Sunday Adira. Thank you very much. The Deputy Director of News and Current Affairs from OSBC. We appreciate you on behalf of the producer of the program, that is Oluwatoyin Yusuf. The executive advisor is Motunrayo Ayegbayo. I'm yours, DBC Abidjali Adeloti, saying bye for now.